Come on, hit the road, hit the road. All right. What's going on, Shan? Do you support Trump?
This is my mom. She's coming back in like 1 minute. You're
Put
on.
her on. Put her on. Let's do it.
Just say hello. Hello.
Hi, my name is Dean. I'm a liberal, and I like to debate people that support Trump. It looks like your daughter, requests to have a conversation on your phone. Uh,
Yes.
would you be willing to have a conversation about why you support the Trump administration?
Sure. As long as I can say something first.
Yeah, take it away.
I make it very known I don't know a lot of politics, and I hear a few little things that actually affect my life and go towards that, and like I don't know enough to know enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's the average American. So let's have a conversation about what you do know and maybe some things that you don't know. So why are you a fan of Trump?
I wouldn't say I'm a Trump. I guess as far I'm a single mom, 3 kids, lower middle class, and I was raised as a Republican, as in those are the Christian values. I mean, I'm a Christian. I'm not like the best example, but I am a Christian. So I've always learned that here in the South that we go towards the Republican if you're a Christian. So that's always been that. And then as far as just what he says he will do, like financially to help my class bracket, I guess, was literally really it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if it was the case that if Kamala Harris was elected, you'd
hmm
get like 10K plus in your pocket, just extra money,
hmm
and you'd have lower taxes, would
hmm
you regret your vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kamala Harris supported increases in the child tax credit per year, $5,000 for anybody of the age of 0 to 1, $3,600 from anyone from the age of 1 to 6, and then $3,000 for anyone from the age of 7 to 17. So you said that you're a single mom with 3 kids. You would have
hmm
just gotten higher child tax credits associated with your children, and you would have had extra money in your pocket at the end of the year every single year. And then just the general tax policy. You said that you're middle class. She
hmm
wanted tax cuts for you. In fact, they're designed for you and low and middle income earners in this country. Uh, Meanwhile, Donald Trump's tax cuts disproportionately favor the ultra wealthy, and he's kind of fucking you over with his tariffs. But in other words, you said that you would regret your vote for Trump if Kamala Harris would have put extra money in your pocket and cut your tax.
Especially towards the taxes and everything you just said, the tax credit and everything. And that was me not doing my research. I'm not ashamed to admit that by any means. But I actually heard the opposite.
You know, I don't doubt that you did. I completely believe it. That there's individuals that live in isolated communities across this country that are just simply not as politically involved as I am, not as politically involved as a lot of people in this room. Just don't think about it in your day to day life. And I know that because I've been there too. You know what I mean? Like I have a aunt. She lives in the same town I do, and I go over to her house maybe birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. You know what I mean? And she's very conservative, staunch conservative, but she knows I'm liberal. And like every single time I go over to my aunt's house, I mean, she'll bring up talking points that are like 30 years old. You know what I mean? Something that Fox News had spoken about in maybe like 2022, and she was just perplexed, right? That I disagreed with like these obviously false talking points because, well, guess what? She's never heard any pushback, and she's never really been exposed to information outside of that talking point because what her day to day life looked like was focusing on her family, focusing on
Right.
living, right? Not
Right.
focusing on politics, but. I think that it's really important for everybody to be as politically involved as possible because of how much it not only could benefit our world, not only benefit our country, not only benefit the people in our country, but personally benefit you. You know, if you
Right.
were slightly more politically involved prior to the election and you voted for Harris and Harris was elected, guess what? You'd be significantly better off now. And that's not
Right.
to really like condemn and like crucify you
Uh-huh.
for that. Obviously, I disagree, but
Right. Right.
more so the reason why I say this is, well, maybe you could be more politically involved in the midterms and in the next election. Now that you know it's very possible that it could materially benefit you and your family a whole lot.
Right. 100%. I mean, that's a great point, and that's something I've definitely just learned. So I really do appreciate that. Truly. I mean, you hit the nail on the head saying that, I'm focused on my day-to-day life and not politics, and it's true, and it's something I definitely should educate myself on better. Definitely for the next election. I agree. Trust me, I had almost instant regret once I was getting a little more educated slightly after, but that doesn't do great after the effect.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, I appreciate you for this conversation. I wish more
Oh,
people were like you.
oh, well, thank you, and I appreciate you, and I like that you come from not a judgmental place, but an education place, because I'm smart, I like to learn, and I can admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah,
So I appreciate it.
you know what? I appreciate this conversation as well, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day.
All right, thank you so much. You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Wow. Okay. People in the comment section saying not smart. I'm okay with classifying that as smart. Come on. I mean, it takes like some level of like awareness outside of yourself to make those concessions.